A warm welcome to of the CSE department, Dr. Bashiba Wilson, faculty members of CSE, EC, EEE, and MTech department, and the students of CSE, EC, EEE, and MTech department, respectively. It is our pleasure to invite the whole team of ISPR and our guest of honor, the speaker of today's webinar. He is an academician and an entrepreneur with 30 plus years of experience, former director of School of Applicable Mathematics, MG University, research guide of Lincoln University, member of academic and administrative bodies of autonomous colleges, engineering colleges, and business schools. Reputed for his expertise in mathematics, management, and IT education, he has received the Best Entrepreneur Award from the Chief Minister of Kerala and Excellence in the IT Education Award from the Defense Minister of India. He is a man of value who believes in living life to fullness in whatever field it may be, and that fullness can be met if we possess the virtues mentioned in one of the sayings of Leo Tolstoy's goodness and truth. He set a great example and a value to the youth of the present generation and upcoming generation. Let us extend a warm welcome to the committed workforce of ISPR and this great personality, our guest of honor, Dr. Mendes Jacob, MD and CEO of ISPR Solutions Limited India and Valiant Technology UK, and also the Professor and Director of MCA program at Marian College, Kuttikana. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sneha, and over to you, sir.
Thank you for the warm welcome. Respected faculty members and my dear students, good afternoon to all, and welcome to this webinar on emerging opportunities in radar technologies. So we'll have I will share some statistics, how the opportunities are there in the radar technologies, especially in the cloud and automation area, so that you can better understand the opportunities, especially in this pandemic time. Yeah, we are witnessing a data explosion nowadays. Everywhere the digitalization is happening. Again, because of the pandemic situation, everybody is on internet. They are on social media, or they are in the different digital platforms. So this is an estimate of the volume of data being generated each day by humans. By 2025, it will reach 463 exabyte of data in each day. So one single day, the human generation will generate this much amount of volume of data. And 1 exabyte means 1 followed by 18 zeros. So you can understand the volume of data being generated in future. Now, coming to the data center modernization, how this data is stored and what is the technology behind that. In 1980s, we have the mainframe technology. And in 1990s, we had the client server. Then in 2000, we have the internet era. And today, we have the cloud technology and the cloud containers and etc. are there. Okay, so technology is emerging every day to accommodate this kind of data explosion. Now coming to some statistics, this is a report by NASSCOM in 2015-16. Actually, NASSCOM presented this report to Government of India, where they have identified the different verticals which are emerging for the next 5 years. That means they hand over this report in 2015-16, and by 2020, for the next 5 years, these are the technologies which are emerging according to NASSCOM. Number one is cloud computing. Then comes the infrastructure management services, which includes all these things: information security, or cloud computing or automation. Everything is there. Then comes the information security, data center engineering, 4G technology, data analytics, mobility, etc. So out of these different technologies, you can see most of them is related to data. For example, cloud computing. What is the need of cloud? Definitely, because of the huge volume of data, we have to manage that data. We need the cloud technology. Then comes the infrastructure management services or information security. Actually, security is for the data we are storing or the data we are collecting. Especially nowadays, a lot of mandatory rules are there, regulations are there in every country, including European countries. So that is for the data security. So information security is for security of the data. Then comes the data center engineering. Data center is for managing data, for storing data. Then 4G technology. Why we are using this 4G technology and the upcoming 5G technology? Again, that is also related to data. Then comes the data analytics. Okay. So these are areas which are directly related to data. Now you can see this is a report by techrepublic.com, which was published in 2020. AI, artificial intelligence, big data, cloud computing, and automation are having a dramatic impact on IT job roles and hiring practices. IT evolves in the direction of more cloud adoption, more automation, and more artificial intelligence, machine learning, and analytics in the future. Again, you can find a lot of technologies coming up, and all these technologies are one way or other way related to data. This is a statement by Mark Hurd. He is the co-CEO of Oracle. This was published in 2019. By 2025, 100% of application development and testing will be conducted in the cloud. Hurd also said that by 2025, 80% of production apps will be in the cloud, and 80% of IT budgets will be spent on cloud services. So all enterprise data will be stored in the cloud. Again, the potential of cloud. Now, I'm presenting before you some data, some results published recently in 2021, Forrester Predictions 2021. According to them, the global public cloud infrastructure market will grow 35% to $120 billion in 2021. So 35% growth is there in the cloud infrastructure market. 35% growth means, our GDP is growing around 7 to 8% earlier. Nowadays, we have the negative growth. So 35% growth means it's a huge growth. So that is especially in the global public cloud infrastructure market. Then Gartner says by 2025, 85% of enterprises will have a cloud-first principle. So therefore, priority in technology will be cloud. And this is again another report, NGT's 2021 Hybrid Cloud Report. For 96% of businesses in India, cloud is critical to meeting immediate business needs. So you can see, especially during this pandemic time, everybody is on the internet. We are having online purchases, we have e-commerce, we are on social media. And again, for religious ceremonies, religious sacraments, we are online. So all these, the servers who are hosting these applications that should be on cloud only. Otherwise, the servers will not be, available. So earlier, you might have, remembering when we reserve ticket, train ticket or air ticket, not air ticket, train ticket. Earlier, in the IRCTC platform, usually the platform will be down for most of the times. But nowadays, that is not the case. So all these things, they are hosted on cloud. So that is the kind of adoption in this particular technology. Then the scope of automation, again, we have, you can search on the job portals, different job portals. You can see how the automation jobs are growing. You can find 6,000 plus jobs in Naukri. You can find 5,000 plus jobs in LinkedIn, 11,000 plus jobs in Shine related to automation, Ansible automation. And according to Gartner, again, by 2025, 90% of enterprises will have an automation architect, up from less than 20% in 2020. So in 2020, only 20% of the enterprises had an automation architect in the company. But in 5 years, you can find 90% of the enterprises, they will employ an automation architect. So if they want to employ an automation architect, there will be a dedicated team for automation in every company in the future. And Red Hat Ansible is one of the #1 platforms for building this automation, across an organization. So this is another area. Now you have just seen the growth of cloud, and similarly the growth of automation. Now I will show you some more information about this particular area. IBM, the largest company, IT company in the world, among the conventional IT companies, and employing the highest number of people. This is the IT company, IBM. So IBM announced that it will be investing $1 billion to expand its cloud system. They are investing $1 billion. They announced this in 2020. And it expects hybrid cloud to be a $1 trillion opportunity, given that only about 20% of workloads have moved to the cloud. So at present, only 20% of workloads have moved to the cloud. So they are expecting the remaining 80% to move towards the cloud platform in the immediate future. So they are expecting a $1 trillion opportunity, business opportunity there. That's why they are investing $1 billion for this expanding their cloud ecosystem. Now, this was in news 2-3 years before. IBM, the largest IT company in the world, they have acquired Red Hat with a price of $34 billion. So they have acquired Red Hat. Why they have acquired Red Hat? There are many reasons why IBM spent this much amount of money for acquiring this the company Red Hat. They have identified that 1 trillion hybrid cloud opportunity by 2020. Okay. Then it's the #1 Linux platform for applications. 80% of enterprise workloads have yet to migrate to the cloud. Already we have seen that. So they have acquired Red Hat by spending $34 billion. Okay. Now there are some recent news breakings about Red Hat. Red Hat has been named a leader by Forrester Research in the Forrester Wave multi-cloud container development platforms. This was released in 2020. You can see among the leaders, Red Hat and IBM is there, Google and Rancher. These are the 3 companies among the leaders. Okay. Then comes the VMware and other companies out there. So for multi-cloud container development platforms, Red Hat and IBM together, they are the leaders. The World Health Organization embraces Red Hat DevOps technologies to assist healthcare workers during this pandemic. These are some of the news clippings recently, in the news. The most recent news clipping, the other one is Red Hat OpenShift helps Porsche Informatic. This is actually the IT service provider for the Volkswagen Group. Volkswagen Group, includes all these brands. Bugatti is there, Bentley is there. Okay, Skoda, Scania, all these brands comes under the Volkswagen Group. So they have adopted Red Hat OpenShift technology. Then Bharti Airtel accelerates its open hybrid cloud network deployment with IBM and Red Hat. This is a recent news. TCS also gains agility and speed with open platform. They work with Red Hat to upgrade its legacy infrastructure with an open source technology platform. Now, Linux is now on Mars, thanks to NASA's Perseverance rover. So now Linux has reached Mars. Earlier, the International Space Station, they have switched over to Linux from Windows. So in the sky, it is there. In the space, Linux is there. On land, Linux is there. You can see more information like that. Now coming to the opportunities of tomorrow in IT. These are the future opportunities in IT. DevOps, then artificial intelligence, data science, Internet of Things or IoT, cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, then cloud native applications, public cloud, automation, then 5G, edge computing. These are the opportunities of tomorrow in IT. In the coming years, you will find all these technologies will boom like anything. So for all these technologies, one thing is common, that is Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So whatever be the future technology, one component is there, it is always there, that is Red Hat Enterprise Linux. You can find everywhere. Now coming to some other information like a world without Linux means all the air traffic control systems runs on Linux. So planes will stop flying. The same way we have seen the International Space Station, and they have switched to Linux from Windows recently, and Linux is on Mars. Then coming to the trains would stop running because all the rail control systems runs on Linux. And the submarines also, most of the submarines, they are running on Linux. And US, Air Force, US military, they are the biggest client of Red Hat. So for mission critical applications, now every company, they are using Linux, especially Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Stocks will stop trading. You can see the #1 stock exchange in the world, that is New York Stock Exchange. A lot of transactions are happening every second. And New York Stock Exchange, they have shifted to Red Hat Linux around 5 years back. Then our stock exchange, Bombay Stock Exchange, they have switched over to Linux from Windows. Singapore Stock Exchange, they have switched over from Windows to Linux. So we have many alumni, many of our alumni working in these top companies like HP, CTS, etc. And they are providing service to all these stock exchanges and business establishments. So from our alumni, they used to come back and they want to study more. Like they want to study cloud, they want to study automation. So in that way, we are well aware of the technology advancements or the shift happening in the IT industry. So with that information, we are providing you this kind of awareness programs. Then Google, the most popular search engine, they are also running on Linux. Amazon Web Services, AWS runs on Linux. Hollywood Special Effects uses Linux servers. And Facebook, again, runs on Linux. So you cannot imagine a world without Linux nowadays. So these are again some statistics. Now coming to the role, the job roles. Earlier, the Linux admin role means in 2005, they are dealing with physical systems. Then the technologies, along with that physical systems are there. Now coming to 2012, virtualization was there, enterprise apps, SEL, the security enhanced Linux, KVM, satellite, and then agile technology is there. But in 2020, Linux admin in 2020 means we have to add public and private cloud, containers and Kubernetes. Okay, new technologies have come. Automation, then Ansible. For software reliability engineering, SREs or DevOps. So these are the new areas, and a Linux admin can have different job roles, so more opportunities, especially during this particular period of time, during this pandemic time. And again, all the IBM clients, now they are converting their clients into Red Hat technologies. So a lot of opportunities are there in IBM also. Recently, I think you have read the news about IBM opening their branch, their center in Cochin, and they have started recruiting. They have started recruiting people with Red Hat certifications. And almost all the employees who are related to this particular division of IBM, like those who are dealing with the cloud and automation, they are all, for the last 2 years, they were getting certified, Red Hat certified. Okay. So Red Hat is the world's leading provider of open source enterprise IT solutions, and more than 90% of Fortune 500 companies use Red Hat products and technologies. Okay. So all this information, if you search on Google, you will get a lot of information regarding the cloud adoption, the automation, Red Hat technologies, everything will be there, and a lot of reports by organizations like IDC or Forrester Research, etc., are available on internet. But I just gone through some of the statistics, some of the reports. for you to try once. Now, I will also give you some facts and success stories. It's better, I'll call it making impossible possible. That is one of the best, phrases for me. I like this phrase very much, making impossible possible. For Red Hat, they have started operations in India in 2002. And that time, they had only one certification called Red Hat Certified Engineer. There's only one certification. But in 2021, they have more than 50 certifications. They are offering more than 50 certifications. So you can see in 20 years, they have grown 50-fold, 50 times, you can say. So that shows that the potential of Red Hat technologies. Then coming to, we became the Red Hat partner in 2003, and we have some such stories. I'm mentioning all these things, the reason I will tell you later, because yeah, I have to answer your questions. I will tell you the reason why I'm sharing all these things. Then youngest RHCs, we have picked some students from the school, around 10, 12 students, and we have provided them training in Red Hat technology, Red Hat Certified Engineer course. So those students, after their course, they got certified in Red Hat technologies. They became RHCs, Red Hat Certified Engineers, and they were the youngest RHCs in the world. A student with a student of age 11 years is RHC certified means, it's very difficult to take RHC certification, but it is possible. If you have the right passion and attitude, it is possible. So this is the way we have proved that. And again, the youngest RHCS, again from IPSR, we have produced 2 students who are of age 18 years. They are the youngest Red Hat certified architects. Red Hat certified architect means after RHC certification, after this RHC certification means there are 2 certifications. One is RHCSA and the other one is RHC. They have to clear 2 certifications, then only they will get a Red Hat certified engineer certification. And these 2 certifications are of 2 days exam. That means one exam will be around 3.5 hours. So there are 2 days exam. After clearing this RHC certification, they have to clear 5 more certifications. Then only they will get the Red Hat Certified Architect certificate. So total 7 certifications. And these students of 18 years age, while they were studying for the 12th standard, they got this RHC A certification after completing RHC. And before joining BTech, both of them joined in Amal Jyoti Engineering College. Before joining BTech there, they are RHCS. That means Red Hat Certified Architects. And after their BTech, now they are placed and they were getting around 1 lakh salary as a fresher. So this is possible. That's what I want to convey. Then students with back purpose. We have a lot of such stories. We have hundreds of such stories in this category. I will tell you 1 or 2 examples. One student, he came with his father, and he failed for all the subjects in BTech. He joined for BTech Mechanical Engineering, and after 4 years, he couldn't clear a single paper of this BTech course, BTech program. And he was desperate. So after counseling for half an hour, I asked him to try for this RHC certification because he was interested in IT. And I asked him to sit in the class for 1 week, then you decide. So he sat in the class for 1 week, and he showed some interest in this particular technology. He cleared RHC certification, and after that he cleared all these 5 more certifications and became Red Hat Certified Architect. And now he's working in Red Hat Asia Pacific region without completing his BTech. He joined for BCA off-campus course, and he is about to complete BCA. But before that, before 1 year, he got placed in Red Hat Asia Pacific region. Okay, and he's conducting many corporate training and all those things. Corporate training means he's providing training to IT professionals with 10, 15 years experience. And there are a lot of students like that. I remember another 2 students with 44 back papers. They had 44 back papers. And both of them, one student, after his certification, he was working in IPSR for 1.5 years. After that, he got placed in Assist, that is an multinational company operating from Cochin. The other student, after completed his he just completed his RHC certification, and in 6 months he got placements from 3 companies. Now he's working in a company in Technopark, and I can give you a lot of examples like that. Okay, this is another area. So age already I have mentioned, back purpose, all these things I have mentioned. Then students with gaps. There are students with the gaps, 5, 8, or 10 years gap. That means after the BTech course, they might have worked in different areas, or maybe without getting a job, they were sitting idle for some time. So it's very difficult to get a job for a student with the gaps. So we have many students with a gap of 5 years or 8 years are placed in multinational companies now. Okay, and non-IT students, that is a very interesting, thing. Like a student by name Sunish. He's a Malayalam graduate. He did his BA Malayalam course from St. Thomas College, Palai, and he joined IPSR as a trainee. He was from a poor family, so we have provided with some scholarship, and he joined as a trainee. And in the first 6 months, he cleared RHC certification. And he was in IPSR for 4 years. He worked in IPSR 4 years, and after that, he joined a multinational company, and he's a security specialist now. And another student by name, his name is Regis Riek. He's a BSc physiotherapy student. After the certification, he joined IPSR, and he was here for 5 years. When he left the company, he was the director, head of our Linux division, and he joined Red Hat, and now he's a cloud architect in the Red Hat in their US division. Okay, so, and there are other students also who studied physiotherapy and got placed like this. And lot of other students from a commerce background. Lot of students from commerce background, they did the RHC, and they are placed in big companies. One example I just remembering is about Kiran. He did his BCom course, and after that, for 4 years, he was studying for the CA course, Chartered Accountant course, but he could not clear that exam. So he came back, and he did his RHC course. And after RHC course, he got placed in ReInCloud, that is an American multinational company operating from Hyderabad in India. Their branch is in Hyderabad. So he is again recruited there, and after 1 year, he got again promotion, and he's a team leader there. So lot of examples like that. Recently, one student from a BSc Mathematics is placed in a multinational company. So many examples are there. All these things you can see. You can visit a website, and we have a page for that. The such stories, and you can see the students with their name and photos and the companies they are placed. Only for those students who have back purpose, we have their names were not there. And from campus, many students who have done the RHC course through this Red Hat Academy program, they are also placed in big companies. Last year, 1 year before, one of my students from Marine College, Kuttikanam, his name is Noel. He did his RHC course while he was studying for MCA. And immediately after passing out from the Marian, he got placed in Red Hat itself. The first time Red Hat GLS division is hiring a fresher from a campus. So what he did is, in addition to the certification, he has we have given him some tasks and assignments, some internship programs, and everything. So he was a hard worker. So he did all these tasks, and he got some experience in that way, so that Red Hat hired him from the campus itself. And yesterday from Amarjyoti Engineering College, another student, he got placed in Red Hat. And we have many students placed in 60 technologies Bangalore because they are giving priority to those students who have this certification, RSC certification. A lot of students are placed in 60 technologies. Again, that is a multinational company. So we have many students placed in Alliance. In Technopark also they have a branch. Again, that is a multinational company. I think in their infrastructure division, 90% of the employees are from IPSR only, and mainly from campuses. From my college, a lot of students are there. So what I have trying to convey is, the students with back purpose, students with back gaps, students who are non-IT and from campuses, then age, less than 15 years, students with children with less than 15 years age, they all certified and performed very well. And nowadays, Red Hat as a policy, they have they will permit students to write RSC exam only if they complete 15 years of age. So nowadays they have a policy like that. So these are some, I think you'll get what I'm trying to convey. Otherwise, I will explain later. Now, again, making impossible possible, IPSR, I already mentioned we are the second partner, Red Hat partner in India in 2003. The first partner was from Bangalore. He became the partner in 2002 when Red Hat started operations. So we are the second partners. And we conducted the first RSC exam in 2003 with the 9 students. We had only 9 students in 2003 who wrote RSC exam because RSC was not popular at that time. And we have received the national award for highest number of RSC certifications in 2004. So in 2004, we got the first award, national award, for producing the highest number of Red Hat certified students. And by 2009, and every year we were getting that national award. In 2009, we got the Asia Pacific Award. And as of 2014, by 2014, we have produced the highest number of Red Hat professionals in the world. And as of now, we have bagged 37 awards in 17 years, awards in different categories. And we have our alumni in top positions in multinational companies. So why we have grown like that? The only reason is the students who join IPSR, we will handhold them, we will ask them to get certified, and we will handhold them, and finally we will arrange placement. And nowadays, if you go to any company, HP or CTS or Infosys or Alliance, you can see IPSR alumni sitting on the top position. And our students, the new students, the freshers will be interviewed by the same alumni. So naturally, we are getting all the information about the opportunities, and we are passing on these opportunities to the students. These are the questions I think you might be in your mind, and I'm trying to answer all these questions. The first one, which course should I choose for a good IT job during this pandemic time? And you can see the growth of cloud automation, the technologies, and the growth of Red Hat technologies, IBM, etc. So I have tried to provide you with some statistics, some reports and all, and you can continue this research. You can search on internet. You can go to Red Hat website, and you can go to their blog, so that a lot of such stories you can read there. Switch out companies are switching over to Linux, you can see there. And even in the Gulf countries, our alumni, they are coming back, and they are getting new certifications, because in Gulf countries, most of the companies, they are switching out to Linux from Windows. So I'm trying to answer the first question like this. I've shown you some reports and all those things, and the rest of the research you have to do, and you should be convinced. Then only you have to go for any course or any certification. Okay. Then is this easy for me to learn and practice? I have given answer for that also. I have shown you the such stories of children, the age of 11 to 18, non-IT students, students with back papers, and successfully they are placed in good companies, big companies, multinational companies. And the requirement from your side is an attitude and passion for technology. Suppose you are not that much good in the programming side, if you're not good in programming, definitely you cannot, pursue a job in the programming side, because you need the logical skills, the mathematical skills, etc. Now, another emerging area is artificial intelligence or machine learning or data analytics. Of course, you need the programming skills plus the mathematical and statistical skills. Only then you can perform very well in the machine learning area or the artificial intelligence area. Okay, and in this particular area, this can be called the infrastructure area. Infrastructure services, there we have the cloud, the automation, the DevOps, all these things are there. Even if you are not good in programming, even if you are not good in the mathematical skills or statistical skills, and if you have a passion, and attitude towards learning technologies, then you can pursue this career, and the sky is the limit. Because in this particular area, most of the companies, they are not looking for the formal degrees. That's why the students with back papers or non-IT students, they are being placed in this particular area. So is this easy for me to learn and practice? I have given the answer. Will the online training be effective for me? So if you're joining for IPSR course, we have a learning management system where all the things, the task assignments are given there, the recordings are available there. In addition to that, we will have a live class. So every week we have this much hours of live sessions. And if in any case you miss that session, we'll have the recorded videos. Okay, and we are providing all these tasks and assignments through this learning management system, so that you can do all these tasks and assignments and you can submit in the LMS itself. Okay. Then is the fee I pay for this training worth? Okay, regarding fee, I think I don't know whether it is communicated to you. As a Red Hat Academy, you are getting lot of discounts. For examination certification fee, it is only 50%. Red Hat will charge only 50% of the certification fee. And along with that, you will get free courseware. Otherwise, you have to spend 4,000 to 6,000 rupees for purchasing courseware. Without purchasing courseware, you cannot write the exam. If you are a passed out student, if you are out from your college. So that itself will amount 6,000 rupees. Plus you have to pay the exam fee in full. But whereas you are in a Red Hat Academy, it is only 50%. And during this pandemic period, we are charging only very nominal fee from the colleges, only for meeting our expenses. We are providing around 90% discount, 90% discount for the Red Hat Academy colleges. So for that fee and all, you can contact later. So this is the right time for you to take up this course, because once if you pass out, everything will change, because the exam fee and everything will be changed.